Hey guys, today I am drawing a dog, and if you've been at my channel for a while, or even just a few weeks, or a few seconds, and you've taken a scroll down, you'll know I don't draw dogs that often, or animals, or anything that's not a person, so I decided this would be a good opportunity to take a step outside of my comfort zone and try something new. So I started out with this sketch, which I'll show up on screen because we're a bit past that, and to be honest, this sketch sums up the personality of that dog better than a full illustration ever could, but I figured it's been 2 weeks, so maybe I owe you a bit more content than that. So I decided I'll go with the full painting. But yeah, speaking of me being gone for 2 weeks, you might be wondering where I've been. Maybe you're not wondering, but I'm going to tell you anyways. I've been at school, and that's been making getting all this done a lot harder for me. So I've decided that I'm going to not keep doing the animation. Maybe I'll do it next summer, because I have so much free time in the summers. Maybe I won't do it. Who knows? But I can't do it during the school year because I have my webcomic and I have my Instagram, so I'm just going to stick with the speed paints with the commentary over top of them. And hopefully that's good enough for you. And if it's not, I honestly don't really care. But yeah, if you do want more content from me, and I know a lot of you came from my Instagram, but if you didn't, I will link it. I'll show you it up on screen, and I always have it linked in my description. And if you want even more content, you can check out my webcomic, which I will also link down in the description. And I post almost every day on my Instagram, and I put updates every Wednesday on my webcomic. So if you want more drawings because this just isn't enough, then go ahead and check those out. Okay, that's enough, weird plugs. I'm going to talk a bit more about the drawing that I'm working on. So, like I said, started out with a sketch, and then I did some coloring, and that is what I'm still working on. So, first, I used that same textured brush as I used in my last video, and I just blocked in a bunch of colors, and then one thing that took me a while is I had to decide what brush I wanted to use to render the hair. I know I could have just used a textured brush, but it kind of has a chalky texture, so I wanted something that would make it easier to render hair without having to draw each individual strand. So I went through a bunch of different brushes, but one I ended up with was just one that just kind of looks like a bunch of strands of hair. I don't know. When you see me zoom in on the details, you'll kind of see that line of the brush. And I think it worked pretty well. I mean, it doesn't look like real-life, realistic hair, but it does the job. And from a distance, you can kind of tell that I'm drawing a dog. So that is what we are going for. Then I just resized it a little bit because I have a tendency when I'm drawing from reference, I draw it to the same degree. I draw everything a little bit wider than it should be. So I fixed that. I rendered the eyes, and here is the finished illustration. I'm finally back, gonna have more drawings, and I am clean out of ideas. So if you have any suggestions for me, just leave them down below and I'll definitely check them out. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.